All right, y'all, Rain Coleman. Hit me up on Twitter and on TikTok at CarefreeBlurred. Hit me up on IG and YouTube at CarefreeBlackNerdu. So let's just dive right into it. So the rumor going around about the Fantastic Four, everything with nerds is about a fan cast and speculation and who's doing what, who's saying what, who's doing who. And within the Fantastic Four live action conversation, there's been talks about the Silver Surfer. Now, a lot of folks are upset at the idea that the Silver Surfer could possibly be cast as a woman. So when I look through the headlines, I see Marvel reportedly going forward with a woke Silver Surfer casting. Fantastic Four movie casting and Anya Taylor-Joy as Silver Surfer, says Insider. Fantastic Four MCU reboot rumored to have female Silver Surfer. Fantastic Four, will the new Silver Surfer be female? And to all of that, I say, maybe. Hell, like maybe. So I will link in or put in the cards the Captain Marvel discussion, the Marvels discussion that I've been having on this channel for quite some time. But what's so funny to me is that there is an already existing woman Silver Surfer. And her name is Juno. So some of you will be familiar with her and some of you aren't. So I am familiar with the design. I've seen it before, but I cannot honestly say I'm familiar with the character. So you got me there. But Juno is of Earth 829. And that's specifically why I don't think this is a big deal. Aside from the fact that the hill that I live and die on is representation in comics and related media, that off the table, I'm still like, we are in a world of variance now. Like, long gone are the days that you can kind of bitch, moan, and complain about the comic book characters being race, gender flipped, or whatever. I mean, do what you want. But it's like back in the heyday when things were first getting big. Okay, maybe, whatever. Have your conversations and discussions about how it's not like the comics, because I think we all have that to some degree. But now, when we live in a world where the multiverse is open and the general public is familiar with it and they understand it, and Marvel and DC and other properties have fed that to the general public at large. Also, can I say, we don't give enough credit to the general public? I think it's pretty easy to understand the difference in different universes, but I digress. So that being said, Juno is of Earth 829. Juno is the Silver Surfer, and she is the Herald of Galactus. She's single, she's female, originally blonde. Her origin is she's part Olympian, part human hybrid with, and I don't know how to say this, Wilhelminus? I don't know what that is, but if you know, let me know, nerds. She is of Earth 829, has a public identity. She's part of the Wilhelmine Empire, and she was created by Bob Layton and Ron Lim and first appeared in Hercules, Twilight of a God #1. That was back in June of 2010. So that being said, we are now in 2023. This character has been around for quite some time, and it was so weird to me. And I had this thought during the conversation about the Marvels, and I'll link that because of course I will, and I'll reiterate it here. Long gone are the days where you can just go into a comic shop and then just see your Superman, your Batmans, your Spider-Mans, and whatnot. Back then, or in that stage of comic book collection, admiration, whatever, you're going to see that there are diverse stories being told. But you, as the person who is so frustrated and against diversity, you don't have to pay attention to these brown, disabled, LGBT woke, as they say in comics. You can just walk on past them and read your regular books you've been reading. Now that we are in the live action leg of the game, and you have these characters who are more diverse characters, and then you also have gender and race and sexuality bent characters that are now in the forefront where everybody's consuming, that's where I believe the frustration lies, because you can't just go into a comic shop and just ignore those other characters. Now they're in these properties, and not just in them, they're in them in a substantial way. Say what you want about the Marvels, but you got this white woman who everybody hated. You got this black woman with this big old black hair and this black body and all her black glory. And then you have this Pakistani child girl. They're all teamed up, and it's all of a sudden it's woke. oh, it's too camp, it's too this and that, which again, have your own opinions, but long gone are the days where you can just walk in a comic shop and ignore all of that. The Marvels, whether you like it or not, is part of the larger narrative. If we think back to when folks did not go see Ant-Man, and then they didn't get that end credit scene, and so when we did finally get the Thanos snap, none of that, like, they were kind of lost, and it's easy enough to figure out what's going on. But what I'm saying is, by missing out on Ant-Man, you missed that prime piece of kind of crafting that would have eased you into the snap a little bit better than just randomly seeing it. Like, it could have been that, oh, I saw that, that's what that was about. So all that being said, there's no way that you, whether you like the woke agenda or not, can ignore the Marvels in the larger narrative. Yeah, you can, in the sense that, like, it could be explained to you, you can find stuff online or whatever. But what I'm saying is, it's very integral part of the story that you like to consume. Even though you're anti-woke, it's still there. And also, your stories are still there. Like, you don't, this does not diminish your Batmans and your Spider-Mans and your Supermans, but I digress. That being said, Juno is a character that already exists. She exists in an alternate universe. We have already opened up the multiverse. If she is the Herald of Galactus proper, then so the hell what? That does not mean we won't get the Silver Surfer of 616 that we're used to. That is what's so strange to me. But again, that's that. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Are you against the Juno-esque? Because we don't know if she'll be named Juno, but if you're against the Juno-esque essence of the lady Silver Surfer, would you prefer the man, the rugged, manly Silver Surfer who's doing the exact same thing? But whatever. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you are opposed to or if you're for it. Adding to the Juno point, I've said it before and I've said it again. If Anya Taylor-Joy, and I see that it's just rumored, like we did with the Fantastic Four casting, we all had our thoughts about that. But if Anya Taylor-Joy is this new female woman Silver Surfer, oh, I'm all in. Anya Taylor-Joy, chef's kiss, definitely in. But